a long, long way since the days of not even being allowed to appear on stage or being just stereotypes in the films that they appeared in. This next report looks at the status of the black entertainer on Broadway and if the changes that have taken place are enough.
Serious drama, black drama, does not stay very long on Broadway.
But not that many shows that come along that will be a role for someone black in it.
It's much wider now. I think that they have much greater opportunities.
Making it on Broadway is the dream of the struggling actor, and you don't have to be in the business to know it's really tough, regardless of what color you are. Since January 1984, 21 shows have opened and closed. Right now, there are 14 plays and over 16,000 actors who want to work in those 14 plays. Well, that's some pretty heavy competition. In honor of Black History Month, we thought we would look at the state of affairs for black artists on that fabled street. In a town whose population is 24% black, Weekend Style wondered if black actors have the same opportunities as white actors.
A lot of things weigh into why people are chosen to do things, and not often on their credentials or their talent. There are other ramifications because it's a business.
6 nights out of the week, Alan Weeks is Daddy Bates in the Broadway hit The Tap Dance Kid. He's one of the lucky ones. And although he's had chances to direct and choreograph some off-Broadway shows, he knows what it takes to get work on Broadway.
For blacks, for a lot of shows, if you don't tap, you don't get in. A couple of shows, if you don't sing rock and roll gospel, you don't get in.
For Teresa Merritt, veteran of television, movies, and Broadway, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is one exception to that rule. And although the show is based on the life of blues singer Ma Rainey, it's not really a musical. It's a drama which explores black-white relationships during the 20s.
There's a line in the play. She says, they don't care anything about me. All they want is my voice. Well, she's accepted that. And I've learned that, and they're going to give me what I want. Because after that, they don't care anything about me. That's the way it is today. I think it's a little easier to get in now. I think people like myself and people before me, we had to knock down a lot of doors, do a lot of knocking on doors, let's say. You hear young people today object to people like Amos and Andy, the comedy of that day, and Step and Fetch It. Well, surely those people did not want to do the dims and the dats and the D's and the dozes, but that's the only way that they could get in. And I say bravo to those people, because they certainly had respect, self-respect, but they had to get in. I say get in.
My one and only.
Tap dance legend Honey Coles has seen it all. His beginnings go way back to vaudeville, and today at age 73, he's still hearing and enjoying the applause of the audience that loves My One and Only. Here is a man who has seen a lot of change.
This is a black and white show. You know, we have 8 black dancers and 8 white chorus girls. You know, and my role, my understudy is a white boy. That's progress. That's progress, unbelievable progress as far as the whole situation has been at the time that I came along. You had no, unless a part specifically called for a black person, that was it. You know, you didn't do anything.
In response to that attitude and a lack of productions for black artists, the Negro Ensemble Company was created back in 1967. Now, one of its best-known productions was A Soldier's Play, which became the Oscar-nominated film A Soldier's Story. The ensemble's present director is Leon Denmark.
I would say that the situation, while on the surface looks more hopeful, the reality of it is that I think if the situation continues like it's going, you will find a lot of black people who thought that they could make a career in the theater turning to other avenues to earn a living and develop a career.
And so in the end, it really all depends on who you talk to. Tony Award winner Hinton Battle probably gives the best advice on what it really takes to make it on Broadway.
Equip yourself. You're going to war. So get your gear. If that means going to school and
studying dance for 8 hours a day in a school, or studying acting, or studying voice. You prepare yourself. And if that's the field you're going to go for, be the best at it and go for it.
Well, coming up next on Weekend Style, you'll meet one of the stars from that story. Ma Rainey herself, actress Teresa Merritt, is going to be right here in our studio.
And still ahead tonight on Weekend Style, we'll bring you the newest and high-tech toys and tell you how you can receive a free booklet to help ensure your child's safety.
All right, joining us now is an actress who is no newcomer to the world of show business. She's had a hit television series. She has sung with Harry Belafonte and Jackie Wilson, and she's now starring on Broadway as Ma Rainey in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Please welcome to Weekend Style, Teresa Merritt. We're so glad that you're here, and we want to talk for a second, of course, for a number of seconds. We're going to tie them all together about your career. I want to talk about how you came to do the interview today and how you go back and forth to the theater every day. You don't ride in a limousine. How do you go to the theater and return home?
By subway. Now I'm going home by car because I had an accident.
Oh, I see.
Since I've been doing the show. Right after Thanksgiving, I fell down my cellar stairs.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
Yes, I am too.
You're probably sorrier than I am about that, Teresa.
And so management decided that I should have a car.
Well, bless their hearts.
So it makes it easier for me.
Why didn't you insist upon a car right off at the start?
Well, I just never did.
Yeah. Okay.
Only in Hollywood do they do that for you.
Well.
But not on Broadway.
What do you think about the status of the black actor on Broadway now? We were talking earlier on our show that, gosh, there seem to be more opportunities. Do you feel there are? Do you feel that we've come around to improving situations?
Well, there are more opportunities, but there just aren't enough things for us to do. I think, well, now I've been in the business 40 years. And now what do we have on Broadway now? Dreamgirls is getting ready to go. We have just one drama that's on Broadway, and I don't know how long we're going to last. It's tentative. Everyone is saying that it's kind of phenomenal that we are lasting as long as we are lasting. This is a heavy drama that we're doing.
Yes, it is.
And
not a musical, and we made that point in our report.
Not a musical. It's a drama with music.
Sure.
And why can't we stay in the mainstream with the other musicals and the other dramas that are on Broadway? There are 6 or 8 dramas to either none or one. There are 6 or 8 musicals to either one or none.
You know, we talked about that wonderful television situation comedy which you starred back in 1975, That's My Mama, and before we went on the air you made the comment that, you know, it was nothing to do with race. It was nothing to do with
transcended race.
It was just people.
People.
Is Broadway going to reach that point?
I hope so.
So do I.
I hope so. I hope the world comes to that point.
Yeah.
That's what we should be fighting for. I think that if we ever come to that point in life, we won't have so many wars.
Well, I agree with you.
You know.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Because we're just going to destroy each other.
Yeah.
We won't have a world.
All right, now, you've played a variety of roles, and a lot of them have been, well, let's see, pretty benign comedy. I would say That's My Mama would fall into that category, but now Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is a saucier vehicle than you've been accustomed to starring in.
A strong, saucy lady who knows what she wants.
Yeah.
And I like that because I've played the soft ladies, the mamas, the kind of mamas that are supposed to be acceptable throughout the world.
Sure.
The way mamas are supposed to be. And this is a mama who knows what she wants, goes after it, and she's a good mama. She's for right, just like the so-called acceptable mama is. And she's strong. She leads a band of men around the country. She has a troupe. And then back in the 1920s, that was something.
Sure.
She was successful. She made money. Sometimes she didn't make money. But she must have had something about it to be able to keep her men together. She invested her money. She knew where to draw the lines. It is said that she owned a house that was worth about $67,000 at one time.
And back then that was
a lot of money.
Considerably more money than it is
She
now.
bought jewels. You see her in pictures where she wears a gold necklace those were $20 gold pieces.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we appreciate the 40 years you've given to us. We hope there's 40 more and then 40 more and then 40 more. Teresa, thanks for coming by today. Bless your heart. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
And we'll see you in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom at the Court Theater. And coming up next on Weekend Style, we're going to show you the newest high-technology toys available for your children, and we will also tell you just exactly how safe they really are.
And still ahead here on Weekend Style, Storm Field will tell you what you need to know to prevent a fatal heart attack.